Hello and welcome. You're watching the Weekend Debate with me, Shavan Sen, and my colleague Niranjan Narayan Swamy. Tonight, we discuss on what's really happening as far as the so-called opposition unity is concerned. And why exactly is it so very important, given the fact that the opposition members have been cornering the Bharatiya Janata Party. But the major question here is that who exactly is the voters of India looking at in terms of the opposition? If you really look at the disparate groups that we have right now, in fact, those who would be joining us tonight would perhaps give you a sneak peek into what's really happening in the opposition camp.
And that's a weekend debate. Who's ahead as the UPA meets this week? Or whether it's the UPA or the anti-Modi front, we don't know. There's no name yet, but they're going to meet on Monday and Tuesday, that big meeting of the NDA.
Well, after the Patna meet, all eyes would be in Bengaluru, where the opposition parties will be coming together. In fact, it's learnt that Sonia Gandhi would be hosting a dinner for all the opposition parties. But will they be able to bring parties like the Aam Aadmi Party, which has openly taken on the Congress party? Not just that, even the Trinamool Congress says that the Congress happens to be the B team of the Bharatiya Janata Party. With these statements made in the last few weeks, how exactly would the opposition parties come together?
The second big meeting this week, Shawan, is the one of the NDA. It's going to be a very interesting meeting for the NDA because there will be new faces, new parties that will be a part of that meeting. Officially, NCP and Ajit Pawar's party will be there. Ajit Pawar and de facto NCP will be there. Will the TDP be there? Will the YSRCP be there? The AIDMK will surely be there. But there are questions over whether the JDS could make its presence felt. And if that happens, what will this mean for 2024? Here's a look at where we stand this evening.
In the run-up to 2024, significant political equations are taking shape. Opposition is set to have its second meeting on Monday.
ऑपोजिशन बिगड़ता नहीं है, ऑपोजिशन यूनाइटेड है, ऑपोजिशन अच्छा है। ये 17-18 में बेंगलुरु में मीटिंग है, पूरा प्लान कर रहे हैं।
Despite the big ordinance differences, Congress has extended the olive branch to AAP.
देखिए, कांग्रेस ने निमंत्रण भेजा है। पटना की जो बैठक हुई थी, उस बैठक में कांग्रेस ने सबके सामने इस बात को रखा था कि वे सदन शुरू होने से 15 दिन पहले लगभग इस बात की औपचारिक तौर पे घोषणा करेंगे। लेकिन अभी तक वो औपचारिक घोषणा नहीं हुई है। हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि जल्द वो घोषणा होगी और तमाम चीजों का फैसला उसी के बाद लिया जा सकेगा।
But the opposition meeting truth isn't a hidden one.
मी पटनाला काही दिवसा अगोदर साहेबांच्या बरोबर सर्व विरोधी पार्टीच्या मीटिंग मध्ये मी गेलो होतो। त्या मीटिंग मध्ये चित्र हे नजारा जेव्हा मी पाहिला, खरं म्हणजे थोडं हसू येत होता की खरोखर हे असे लोक त्या 17 पार्टीमध्ये 7 पार्टी दादा कशी होती, खासदार किती, 1.
On the other hand, NDA is looking forward to grow into a stronger alliance. With Ajit Pawar-led NCP already in NDA fold, Chirag Paswan mulling a comeback.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष आदरणीय जेपी नड्डा जी का पत्र जरूर हम लोग को प्राप्त हुआ है और इस बैठक में एनडीए की इस बैठक को उन्होंने बुलाया है और उसमें लोक जनशक्ति पार्टी रामविलास को एक अहम सहयोगी के तौर पर उसमें आमंत्रित उसमें किया गया है।
JDS is also sending out hints.
Aligning with all these things, speculation according to me. There is no such kind of development in my party also, I think in their party also. Nobody has contacted.
NDA and like-minded parties are set to meet a day after. Opposition meeting versus NDA plus meeting in the same week. Which side is gaining ground? Let's debate.
In the coming few days, the opposition parties would be meeting once again, ladies and gentlemen, this time in Bengaluru. Is there a common minimum program? Because what happens is that, just take a look at what's happening in the state of West Bengal, where the Trinamool Congress has basically made an allegation that the Congress party is nothing but a B team of the Bharatiya Janata Party. The BRS in Telangana has now taken on the Congress party. Now, such is the situation, ladies and gentlemen, as far as our opposition parties are concerned. So does this essentially mean that it is advantage BJP in 2024? And more importantly, is this once again going to be a cakewalk for the Bharatiya Janata Party? All this and much more on this edition of the Weekend Debate.
Shravan, in Bengal, one aspect of the recent elections was how the Congress and the left fought together, and the verdict and the numbers and what it projects of whether they can work together in the coming future. But they were up against the Trinamool Congress. You spoke about that model and how it's opposite what is happening in Kerala, for example, where the left is fighting the Congress party. So they can't fight as one in Kerala. But at the national level, is it possible? What the NDA is doing, what the BJP is essentially doing, is they're getting parties on board who will be with them ideologically and on the ground, mathematically, election-wise, fighting with them. So they're looking for a straightforward ideological model. Now, who's going to be ahead when both fronts meet this week? You have the NDA front, you have the anti-Modi front. I think this week is critical, and that is why we are having this debate on whether we will get an idea of who is ahead this week. And that's our top focus. The Weekend Debate. Joining us on the debate this evening are Tuhin Sinha of the BJP, Kovai Satyan, AIDMK, Pattabi Raman Komareddy, who's the national spokesperson of the TDP, Ravala Sridhar Reddy, leader BRS and chairman of the TSEWIDC, Lokesh Jindal, leader Congress Party, Satyaprakash Mishra of the JDU, and Anurag Bhadoria, spokesperson Samajwadi Party. Let me start with, let me ask Satyaprakash Mishra, because I think the first meeting is going to be held. Nitish took the initiative, Shravan, and Nitish called everyone to Patna. But it appears a lot went down which is not public, Shravan. It is not public that the DMK was not happy. It is not public that the Aam Aadmi Party was not happy. Satyaprakash Mishra, why don't you tell us first, is the Aam Aadmi Party coming to Bengaluru? Do you have a confirmation?
You know, first of all, media is peeping too much inside opposition unity. It is giving so much negative aspect to the opposition unity that I understand. But at the same point of time, opposition unity is very intact and very constructive one. Aam Aadmi Party, let them decide whether they are going to join 17-18 July meeting at Bangalore. But the Honorable President of the Congress, Sri Mallikarjun Kharge ji, has invited Aam Aadmi Party to the Bangalore meet. So hopefully 24 political party is going to join this meet, including the RLD chief Jayant Chaudhary. He has expressed his willingness to join this opposition meet. This constructive opposition meet started at Patna on 23rd and has initiated this year of August when he started a government with 7 political outfit. So far everything is in positive direction
is
against
Aam Aadmi Party
the
coming,
atrocities
sir?
and policiness of the BJP government. Yeah?
Yes or no question, sir? Are they coming or no? Do you have
I
a
couldn't get
confirmation?
you.
Yes or no question, sir? Are they coming or no?
Confirmation of whom?
Aam Aadmi Party AAP, are they coming, sir, to Bengaluru?
They have not expressed anything openly, but what they have suggested, there are reports in media that if the Congress would support on certain issue, they will definitely join. Still there is time, let them decide accordingly. But we will be hopeful that till 2024, will the Aam Aadmi Party would support BJP in 2024 election? Since 9 long years, these all political outfits have been fighting policy of the Modi-led government at the center. Definitely they will join hand together till 2024. Why you are just predicting something which is uncalled for and unwanted?
Nobody's predicting,
there are reservation of certain political outfits.
Sir, nobody's predicting.
They are not going to join hand with BJP.
Nobody's predicting, sir. Shravan.
No. You are trying to draw inferences.
No.
You are trying to draw inferences from the stand Aam Aadmi Party might have taken. But at the same point of time, Aam Aadmi Party vehementally opposing BJP.
Can we go a little beyond political rhetoric, Mishraji? The fact of the matter is that you say, your opening comment was that everything is fine. In fact, the opposition unity is absolutely intact. Is the Fevicol ki jod. But the fact of the matter is that
It's a policy.
look at the practical aspect.
Don't give such a low word Fevicol ka jod. I just give
whatever you want
ideological unity.
Whichever brand
democracy in India.
I have no problem. Whichever brand you prefer, as far as the glue of the opposition party, but I think so there is a problem with the brand you are choosing right now, and let me tell you why. And perhaps we can also have the Bharatiya Janata Party come into this. Tuhin, if you can come into it. The problem here is that what exactly are the issues that you're talking about? The problem is that this entire unity is all about anti-Modi.
No,
it is not
this
about.
Is not true.
No, you yourself, sir.
No, it's not anti-Modi, something like that. It is a government in power, BJP.
No, one second.
No. Don't put words in my mouth.
I have not. You have said this.
This is completely.
You said that the parties which have been fighting.
We are opposing of the policy of that government and the dictatorial.
Okay. How exactly? We'll get into threadbare of it. But Tuhin Sinha, let me also bring in the NDA aspect of it. Now, why is it that the Bharatiya Janata Party suddenly has woken up trying to woo parties like the Shiromani Akali Dal suddenly, which for a very long time you did not really care about? Similarly, you're playing both the TDP as well as the YSRCP as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned. Then as far as AIADMK is concerned in Tamil Nadu, you're not very sure how exactly will you go about it. Is there also a nervousness? Because clearly the Maharashtra example shows there is a bit of nervousness that you have, because at the end of the day, if these all political parties somewhere down the line manage to perhaps have that common minimum program and come to some sort of an understanding as far as few states are concerned, it would certainly mean a difficult task for you, at least down south.
Well, good evening, Shravan. Shravan, as of today, which is 15 July 2023, the fault lines between NDA and the opposition is very clear. We are talking of a policy for the next 25 years. The opposition does not have a vision for the next 25 days or 25 hours, as a result of which they want to take us back by 20 years. Now, in the last few days, 3 unsavory episodes have taken place. 40 people were killed in Bengal during Panchayat elections. Has any opposition party commented on it? No. Which means they endorse violence, which means they have no locus standi, no moral authority to talk about democracy. The pathetic handling of the flood situation in Delhi by Arvind Kejriwal, does it not impact the opposition parties? Has any one of them questioned him? Which means they support incompetence, ineptitude. So I think, the Indians per se, a majority, please don't intervene. Please don't interfere. Manipur, talk about the Manipur situation between 2015 to 2017. Manipur is a legacy issue. Manipur is a legacy issue between 2015 to 2017. The situation was worse in Manipur. We brought it under control.
This is what will bring you down. I like the word legacy.
Today the core problem.
No, I like the word legacy.
Problem is that today the core problem in Manipur is that
I'm not going to let's not go to Manipur.
Led to another. But the problem is
let's
in the
not go to
last
Manipur.
6 or 7 years, all the ethnic disputes in the northeast have been minimized.
I'm pulling you back, Tuhin. I like the word you use there, legacy. Thank you very much for using that word, because I'm going to ask each party this a question with the word legacy. Is it the BJP legacy that you accused the NCP, raided leaders, investigated leaders of the NCP, including Ajit Pawar, in cooperative bank scam, irrigation scam, economic offences wing, different allegations, irregularities in loans, Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank, ED also filed a case to probe money laundering case. That's just one of the leaders. Is that legacy? Just checking. Is that also legacy of what the BJP has said in the past and has chosen to ally with?
Many of these money laundering cases eventually don't get proved. But the cases which have...
Did you just say many of the money laundering cases don't get proved?
The conviction...
Did you just say many of the money laundering cases don't get proved? Did you just say many of the money laundering cases don't get proved?
You told me.
I thought for a second I was hearing the Congress spokesperson.
Many of the allegations...
I thought I heard even the TDP spokesperson is laughing? I thought it was the Congress
what are you
spokesperson
talking?
speaking.
Niranjan, please don't interfere.
Brother, I asked you a question. No, please interfere like this. Tuhin, please. Tuhin, it's my job to ask you a question. It's my job to cross-question you. I just told you an observation. I gave you an observation of what you were sounding like.
Allow me to answer it.
Yeah, please go ahead.
The conviction rate in ED cases stands at 92%, but it's a fact that the ED goes after multiple cases. If after a point there is no, the cases don't get, there is no indictment, or the cases don't move beyond a point in time. There is a difference. There is a difference.
Political party are being targeted.
Mr. Ji, give him 30 seconds. 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 Mr. Ji, give him 30 seconds.
You made similar.
Mr. Ji, Satyaprakash Mishra, sir, give him 30 seconds. No, please give him 30 seconds.
MLC of
BJP.
our coalition.
You made similar.
Sir, let him speak for 30 seconds.
Allegations against us when Mukul Rai joined BJP. The cases could not be
exposure of BJP.
We went back to the TMC. Does that mean that we have reopened the cases? There is people making certain political choices for their political future, and the ED.
Yeah, you have reopened the case of Tejaswi Yadav 2 times.
Even now, if the ED finds evidence against any of the 10 any of the 10 ministers sworn in Maharashtra, I can assure you that they will have no option but to quit, and law will take its own course.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Shravan is fine. Shravan, I just want to make one point and hand it to Shravan. Shravan, he's talking about the NCP legacy because he used the word legacy. Let me talk about the Shinde legacy. I remember a leader called Pratap Sarnaik who's in the Eknath Shinde camp. Eknath Shinde legacy also includes Pratap Sarnaik, whose family was raided, son was raided, detained, questioned. Sir, let's not talk about legacy, but Shravan, I'm handing it over to you.
Well, in fact, let's just take it a little forward right now in terms of understanding where exactly does the opposition unity stand in terms of that barometer. And let me, Mr. Ravulu, if I can bring you in right now. The BRS, in fact, your leader KTR has taken on the Congress party like no other party. In fact, perhaps the Bharatiya Janata Party can take some lessons from KTR because the way he has basically, has done a surgical strike, I would say, on the Congress party. He's taken on the Congress party. So where do you exactly stand? If today you do realize that yes, if at all there is a second party right now in Telangana which exists, is not the Bharatiya Janata Party, your main opponent happens to be the Congress party. Where exactly will you find the common ground as far as the Lok Sabha elections are concerned? Because neither can you go with the Bharatiya Janata Party unless at some point in time you may think of joining hands with them. But if not, where do you stand in this entire opposition scheme of things?
Ravan, we made it very clear many a times that we maintain equidistance with both these parties, and we strongly believe both of them have spoiled this country. I understand
that has been your position, Mr. Ravulu, but how does that work is what I'm asking you.
How does it work? It worked many times. It will work also in the future. Why do you think that somebody has to toe the line either of the BJP or Congress party? That is the problem. Why don't you come out of that feeling of only these two parties can run the country? Why don't you look at an alternative which can form and lead this country to the best? Think of it. And there are many leaders, and especially our leader, Shri KCR, is a very strong leader in the country, one of the tallest leaders in the country, who has led an agitation. After formation of the state, today we are running successfully the state, and today we are the fastest grown state in the country in many aspects. So our ideal leadership and ability to run the country.
At max, Mr. Ravulu, that can become the Telangana model, which you want to take it to other states. You have taken it to Maharashtra, maybe the bordering states you have. But the question I'm asking you, for having your own prime minister, Telangana alone will not be throwing up. You need to have other political parties with you. You are not a pan-India party as yet. You may aspire to become, rightfully so, at some point in time. You never know what happens in the future. But having said that, talking about the current situation, Mr. Ravulu, that beyond Telangana and perhaps some bordering state villages in Maharashtra where you may open your account, but beyond that, where do you stand?
We understand the fact at this point in time, yes, what you're saying is fact. But yes, we have enough time to work out these things, and mathematics will work, and statistics will be on board, and definitely we are going to work with the like-minded parties. Whoever wants to have a strong alternative to BJP government today will come with us. We will definitely go and work on the national space.
Before I give it back before I hand it over to Niranjan, can I just, Mr. Rahul, can I ask you one straight question now? Who is your enemy number one? If I had to give you a choice, is it the Bharatiya Janata Party or the Congress Party?
I think it's the Congress, Shravan.
Both of them are an enemy to the people of this country, and whoever are the enemy to the people of the country,
so you're making it very clear. You are not going to go with the BJP. You are not going to go with the Congress, no matter what the situation is.
Absolutely.
Shravan, I just want to make one observation and then I'll take it forward, right? Just one. The entire last 1 week, the BRS has spent its force fighting the Congress party in Telangana. Things are changing, Shravan. Things are changing. Congress seems to be the principal opposition right now in Telangana, and even Ravula knows that they're fighting the Congress party there. But anyway, going across to yes. Oh, one more. Okay, let me ask you a question. Did Mr. KCR said he speaks to the Prime Minister every now and then? He's a good friend. They exchange ideas. Did he say that? Yes or no? Just asking.
The context was different.
No.
What's wrong in it?
They speak, right? That's okay. It's completely normal. All chief ministers speak to the Prime Minister. It's normal. They speak, right?
We are political. We are political opponents.
Question was that statement made?
It was made, of course.
Okay.
The context was different.
Okay, then my follow-up question is, does Mr. KCR speak to, let's assume, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge or Mr. Rahul Gandhi?
Why should we? They are an opposition to us. They are not in the government.
My question stands answered. Thank you very much. Let me take
Sri KCR spoke in the context of a government.
I know. You know that, Rahula. You know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But let me take the next question to Anurag Bhadoria of the Samajwadi Party. Lokesh Jindal, I know you want to come in, but let me take the next question to Anurag Bhadoria. Anurag Bhadoria ji, please tell me, ये जो मिशन 450 है, आपका मिशन 450, आप बैंगलोर भी जा रहे हैं, अच्छा हुआ, मौसम अच्छा है वहाँ पे. It's very nice weather. You'll go, you'll attend that meeting, etc. The Congress party also will want to find Uttar Pradesh elections. Out of the 80 seats, how many are you willing to concede to the Congress party, sir?
देखिए, मुझे अभी तक एक बात समझ में नहीं आई कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को अपोजिशन की जो मीटिंग होती है, विपक्ष की नेताओं की या विपक्ष की एकता की कितनी चिंता है. इतनी चिंता अगर मणिपुर की करते तो शायद वहाँ आज मणिपुर नहीं जल रहा होता. इतनी चिंता अगर देश के लोगों के लिए कर लिया होता तो बाढ़ से आज हमारा जो दिल्ली से लेकर कई राज्य चपेट में आए शायद नहीं आ रहे होते. उन्होंने अपने डैम कुछ बनाए होते, अच्छे डैम बनाए होते, तो आज शायद ये हालत नहीं होती. देखो, उनको चिंता किस बात की, तब शायद ये टमाटर इतना महंगा नहीं हुआ होता.
सर, टमाटर का डिबेट था, उसी टमाटर को आप लेके आए. सर, उसी टमाटर को आप लेके आए एक हफ्ते पहले, वो इसका इम्पैक्ट भी हो चुका है. सर, आप उसी टमाटर को लेके आए एक हफ्ते पहले, इम्पैक्ट भी हो चुका है.
बात तो सुन लीजिए, बात सुन लीजिए. मैं बोल रहा हूँ, अब आपको क्या दिक्कत, मैं अपना बात पूरी कर लूँ फिर टोकना ना. तो आप ये टमाटर, ये सब्जी के दाम इतने महंगे, आम जनता की चिंता नहीं है, लेकिन विपक्ष की चिंता है. विपक्ष क्या कर रहा है, विपक्ष के नेता कौन कौन जा रहे हैं, नहीं जा रहे हैं. विपक्ष के यहाँ पे चाय बनी है, चाय में विपक्ष ने किसने समोसा खाया, किसने चाय पी. उस नेता ने चाय पी तो समोसा क्यों नहीं खाया, समोसा खाया तो चाय क्यों नहीं पी. वो नेता प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में क्यों नहीं आया, उस नेता ने उसके बारे में क्या कहा. अरे भैया,
क्योंकि हुआ है ना सर.
चिंता आपको विपक्ष की है. अरे इतनी चिंता देश के आम जनता की कर लो. आम जनता की, जिसने आपको चुना है, जो महंगाई के मार से जूझ रहा है, जो बेरोजगारी से जूझ रहा है, जो बारिश के बेमौसम और मौसम में जो बारिश उससे परेशान है, उसके बारे में क्यों नहीं, किसान के बारे में क्यों नहीं, इतनी चिंता करो ना. तो इसके मतलब भारतीय जनता पार्टी को हार का डर सताने लगा. उसको लग रहा है कि हम हारने वाले हैं.
एक चीज बोलूं आपको अनुराग जी,
जैसे विपक्ष की एकता होने लगी, वो अपने पुराने दल को खोजने लगे.
एक चीज बोलूं आपको,
एक सेकंड रुक जाइए. वो पुराने दल को खोजने लगे, वो आप दोबारा से चिराग पासवान की बात करने लगे, दोबारा से देखिए फिर अकाली दल की बात करने लगे. कैसे कैसे एनसीपी पे जाके कैसे सरकार बनाए, जिनको कह रहे थे, जिनके ऊपर आरोप लगा रहे थे कि ये भ्रष्टाचारी हैं.
हम ऑलरेडी वो पूछ चुके हैं, वो क्वेश्चन
पूछ चुके हैं. हम आपको मंत्री बनाते, क्यों? क्योंकि आपको डर लग लग रहा है, आपको लग रहा है जनता जाग गई है, जनता हमारे खिलाफ है, इस बार चुनाव जनता से होगा। जनता का गठबंधन विपक्ष के साथ है, आपके साथ तो नेता का गठबंधन है।
आपको एक चीज बोलता हूं,
लेकिन जनता नहीं तोड़ पाएंगे।
आपको एक चीज बोलता हूं,
गठबंधन बनाइए, लेकिन जनता से गठबंधन विपक्ष का है, विपक्ष एकता का जनता से गठबंधन है। आपका तो नेताओं से है, बीजेपी का नेता, एमएलए तोड़ते रहो एमएलए। जनता उनको वोट ही नहीं देगी, जनता तो विपक्ष
एक मिनट सुन लीजिए,
जनता अपने मुद्दों पे वोट देगी। आप नेता तोड़ते रहे ना।
सर जी, अनुराग जी, आपका जो भाषण था अगले 2 मिनट से आप जो आप भाषण दे रहे, बहुत अच्छा भाषण था, थैंक यू वेरी मच, वेरी नाइस, वेरी रेटोरिकल। वो ये जो रैली में चल जाएगा, 1 मिनट, रैली में चल जाएगा। मेरा क्वेश्चन क्या था सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन क्या था डिबेट में? क्वेश्चन क्या था मेरा क्वेश्चन था अनुराग जी, मेरा प्रश्न ये था, नहीं, आप घुमाइए मत, एक मिनट, घुमाइए मत। मेरा क्वेश्चन आपसे ये था, मेरा क्वेश्चन आपसे ये था कि आपको सीट, आप कितने सीट देंगे? 1 मिनट,
आपको मुबारक हो।
अरे आपको मुबारक हो सर जी, क्योंकि आप लेट आते हैं ना, हर डिबेट में लेट आते हैं आप। टमाटर डिबेट में लेट आते हैं, मणिपुर डिबेट में लेट,
क्या बात है?
1 मिनट, आपने सब डिबेट जो आपने बात करी, 1 मिनट, आपका 1 मिनट सुन लीजिए, I'll just reduce your audio, मैं बोलता हूँ आपको, 1 मिनट सुन लीजिए।
अदरक भी लेके आओ।
अरे अदरक टमाटर लहसुन सबका हमने डिबेट कर दिया है सर जी, आप बहुत लेट है। आप Why you coming so late into the debate? 1 हफ्ते पहले, अरे सर जी आप भी तो थे उस डिबेट में, इम्पैक्ट भी हुआ। हेलो सर जी, ओके अनुराग भदौरिया जी, मैं आपको एक चीज बोलता हूँ, शांत से सुन लीजिए, नहीं, शांत से सुन लीजिए आप 1 मिनट, नहीं 1 मिनट, ओके 30 सेकंड के लिए शांत से सुन लीजिए।
उसको भाषण मत बोलिए।
नहीं, सुन लीजिए, शांत से सुन लीजिए। My question to you was point number 1. आप कुछ मत बताइए, no please hear me out सर ये डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो जाता है, 30 सेकंड्स के लिए सुन लीजिए। Point number 1, I asked you a question, how many seats will you give to the Congress? You did not answer my question. Point number 2, you're talking about टमाटर, इस चैनल पे टमाटर का डिबेट हुआ था, कोई और चैनल पे हुआ था टमाटर का डिबेट? इस चैनल के वजह इम्पैक्ट भी हुआ था, दाम कम हुए सर, आप भी थे उस डिबेट में, मणिपुर में डिबेट भी यहाँ पे हुआ है। आप जो एनसीपी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, हम बीजेपी का जो स्पोक्स पर्सन है उसको क्वेश्चन पूछा भी, क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप? मेरा क्वेश्चन जो था, मेरा क्वेश्चन क्या था आपसे, क्वेश्चन था कांग्रेस को कितना सीट देंगे आप, वो बताइए। आप कांग्रेस को कितना सीट देंगे यूपी में, वो बताइए।
अब मैं जवाब दे रहा हूं, सुन तो लीजिए। हम नेताओं के साथ, किसी भी दल के साथ, चूंकि सबके अलग अलग दल है, हमारा दलों में वैचारिक मतभेद हो सकता है, लेकिन मनभेद किसी के साथ नहीं है। राष्ट्र के मुद्दों पे हम सब एक है। राष्ट्र के मुद्दे हैं जिनको मैंने बताया कि लोकतंत्र को मजबूत करना है, संविधान को मजबूत करना है, महंगाई को कम करना है, बेरोजगारी को कम करना है, देश के अंदर किसानों को खुशहाल करना है। इस मुद्दों पे पूरा विपक्ष एक है, और जब विपक्ष एक है तो आपस में बैठेगा, तय हो जाएगा जैसे जो भी हमें करना होगा, जो सीट देनी होगी, जो सीट नहीं देनी होगी, कैसे गठबंधन होगा, कैसे गठबंधन नहीं होगा। ये बड़ा नेतृत्व जो होता है हर पार्टी का, जो राष्ट्रीय नेतृत्व होता है, वो बैठ के इस पे चर्चा कर लेगा। वो उतनी समस्या नहीं है। समस्या इस बात की है कि जनता परेशान है, समस्या इस बात की है कि लोकतंत्र को मजबूत करना है, समस्या इस बात की है कि राष्ट्र को मजबूत करना है। ये हमारी चिंता है, हमारी सत्ता चिंता नहीं। जैसे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए सत्ता चिंता है, उनको सत्ता चाहिए, उनको जिसको आरोप लगाते हैं भ्रष्टाचार का, मंत्री अपने साथ गठबंधन में ले लेते हैं। हम सत्ता के लिए नहीं, हम राष्ट्र के लिए।
अनुराग जी, आप कहते हैं कि आप राष्ट्र के लिए है, बहुत बढ़िया बात जी। पर जब हम ये सवाल करते हैं कि आखिरकार आप कैसे जीतेंगे, अगर आपको सबके लिए सेवा करना है, जनता के लिए सेवा करना है, तो कहीं ना कहीं आप जिंदगी भर विपक्ष में बैठ के तो आप जनता की सेवा नहीं कर सकते। आप अगर आप मुद्दे की बात करना चाहते हैं तो ये बताइए कि आखिरकार अगर आपकी अलायंस नहीं होती है तो आप जनता के पास क्या लेकर जाएंगे? जनता आखिरकार किसको वोट देगी? अगर मान लीजिए, चलिए बात करने के लिए, चलिए मान लीजिए कि आज जनता परेशान है, कर्नाटका में जो जनता परेशान थे, भारतीय जनता पार्टी से परेशान हो चुके थे, कांग्रेस पार्टी एक ऑल्टरनेटिव बन के आई और कांग्रेस पार्टी वहां चुन के आई क्योंकि वहां पे मुद्दे थे। आप मेरे को ये बताइए कि आज अगर यूपी में चुनाव होता है तो आप सपा और कांग्रेस पार्टी दोनों साथ में आके लड़ पाएंगे क्या? और दूसरी बात ये वजह, आपके युवा नेता अखिलेश यादव एक तरह विपक्ष के मीटिंग में आते हैं, दूसरी तरफ बीआरएस के केसीआर से भी मिलके आते हैं, तो ये बताइए कि आखिरकार आप जनता को तो कंफ्यूज ही कर रहे हैं।
नहीं, जनता कोई कंफ्यूज नहीं है, जनता अपने मुद्दों पे है। जनता महंगाई, बेरोजगारी, किसान, युवा, राष्ट्र के मुद्दों पे जनता एक साथ है। बट हमारी जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि कोई नेता अगर हमारे साथ अगर किसी तरह से उसके हमारे विचारों में कोई मतभेदता दिखाई पड़ती है, तो यही तो हमारा हिंदुस्तान की खूबसूरती क्या है, सबको एक साथ जोड़ के रखना, सबको साथ में लेके चलना, सबसे मिलना, सबसे बात करना, सबको सम्मान देना, सबको आदर देना, सबकी इज्जत करना। यही तो हमारे हिंदुस्तान की कल्चर है, यही तो हमारी संस्कृति है, वही तो हम कर रहे हैं हमारे साथ, हमें राष्ट्र के लिए। मैंने आपसे क्या बोला,
चलिए ये संस्कृति को आगे बढ़ाइए।
कोई ऐसा तो नहीं है कि हम तेलंगाना में चुनाव लड़ने जा रहे हैं,
चलिए
नहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है कि
डिबेट में काफी टाइम है, तो वापस आपके पास आऊंगा क्योंकि अनुराग जी बाकियों को भी थोड़ा मौका देते हैं। चलिए सपा की इस पूरे विषय में सपा की जो पोजीशन है उसको लेकर वापस चर्चा करेंगे।
राष्ट्र के नाम पे हम एक है।
चलिए आप मान लेते हैं, चलिए आप कहते हैं तो अनुराग जी आप कहते तो मान लेते हैं कि विपक्ष साथ में,
पार्टी अपने बिछड़े हुए दलों को समेटने लगी है।
बहुत बड़े यही सवाल अनुराग जी, पता नहीं आपने सुना था कि नहीं, मैंने तुहिन जी को यही सवाल मैंने किया था, तुहिन जी को मैंने यही सवाल किया था कि आखिरकार क्या भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक तरह से
सामना नहीं कर सकती।
चलिए आप पता नहीं आप डिबेट में रहते हुए आप अनुराग जी यही सवाल तो मैंने भारतीय जनता पार्टी को की थी। चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं, लेट मी आल्सो टेक दिस रिक्वेस्ट। ठीक है अनुराग जी, मैं वापस आपके पास आऊंगा, आप निश्चिंत रहिए। अनुराग जी निश्चिंत रहिए, वापस आऊंगा आपके पास, बट कोशिश करते हैं बाकी लोग को भी लेके आने के लिए। लेट मी आल्सो गो टू मिस्टर पटाभी ऑफ द TDP. Mr. Patabi, now look at your party's position also. It's almost like you are the fence sitter at this point in time. You do not know whether at all an alliance with the Bharatiya Janata Party is actually going to hamper your prospects in the state of Andhra Pradesh, because the minority votes may go. In fact, on certain issues like the privatization in Visakhapatnam can be another issue which is going to take a toll on your party in the upcoming poll. So you also don't know where exactly do you stand. So the fact of the matter is that why don't you also admit that somewhere down the line, as far as your focus, as the TDP's focus in these elections are concerned, are still not very clear. You don't know whether you want to go with the BJP at this point in time or not.
Shravan, good evening Niranjan. See, Shravan, before I get to your question, we should acknowledge the fact that Telugu Desam Party, right from its inception, had played a very crucial role in national politics. Sri N.T. Ramarao, our founding leader, was the person behind the formation of the National Front. He was the person behind VP Singh being made the Prime Minister. And after N.T. Ramarao, Sri Chandrayaan-3 was the convener of United Front. He was the man behind Deve Gowda becoming Prime Minister, or I.K. Gujral becoming Prime Minister. And in fact, afterwards, he was the convener of NDA. He was instrumental in the formation of Vajpayee's government and smooth running of Vajpayee's government between 1999 and 2004. And in 2014 also, when Modi ji became Prime Minister for the first time, he played a crucial role in NDA. So all along, Telugu Desam Party had played a very crucial role at the national level. We were never fence sitters. I mean, we took active part in many coalitions. And we played an important role, and Chandrababu Naidu Garu is one of the tallest leaders in the country today. And getting to your question for 2024, see, we feel that there's still some more time for us to take a decision on which side to lean, or what role we have to play at the national level. Our leader, Sri Chandrababu Naidu Garu, is in serious deliberations with all our senior party leaders, and we will very soon take a call.
Are you attending the meeting, Patabi ji? 18th?
18th, no. I mean, we did not receive any formal invitation, and we have not decided, and we also haven't discussed anything about going to the meeting on 18th as far as this NDA meeting is concerned. But here I would like to raise a few questions, Shravan. We are talking of the unity of opposition parties now. I mean, meeting in Patna and now meeting in Bangalore. But see, as someone who is neither part of any alliance as of now, see, the observations of common man are such. I mean, for example, you take Sri Sharad Pawar ji. I mean, with all due respect, a person who is not able to keep his family united, keep his party united, is talking of uniting all the opposition parties across the country. What happened to Ajit Pawar, his own nephew? He's not even able to control his own nephew, and now he's saying he's talking about opposition unity. And you look at Nitish ji. क्यों भागना पड़ा नीतीश जी को हरवंश जी के पास दिल्ली? 2 घंटे क्या बात किए थे पटना मीटिंग के बाद? Why should Nitish ji rush to Delhi and sit with Harvansh ji? So all these are clearly indicating that all is not well in the opposition camp. So first they should set their houses right. See,
can I ask the question?
Before attempting to forge some kind of
Niranjan, just one minute. I think so Mishra ji wants to respond to as far as Nitish's running away to the national capital is concerned, and
before
First of all,
the current government, what kind of message you are giving? So
what's his name?
As a
Pattabi ji hai. Pattabi, national spokesperson of the TDP.
My co-panelist from Telugu Desam Party, I have to intervene. Sorry for intervention. First of all, Harivansh ji is our party member. Harivansh ji is Rajya Sabha member from our party. Howsoever, number of time, whatsoever, wherever Nitish ji wish to meet him or he wish to meet him, they are free to meet. He is our respectful leader. And second, Nitish ji never meets or hide something like your party member are doing. Joined
see the entire
parliament inauguration. Okay, come on, you were not very much sure to join parliament inauguration. I don't want to go to history of your party. I have every detail of your history of your party. Second thing is that please let me complete. You will speak after your chance come. Please let me speak.
Sir, quickly, 10 seconds.
Harivansh ji went to Patna. Congress has met several leaders and every member of parliament and every MLA. Why do you have objection over that? First thing is that opposition regarding Sharad Pawar. Any person who is intimidated by the BJP so vehemently, number of time, Prime Minister on 27th called NCP a National Corrupt Party, corruption of 70,000 crores.
Sir, I
5 days.
No,
hold on. Within 5 days,
you may want to continue.
9 members of the same party.
You are saying Sharad Pawar is intimidated. You are saying that Sharad Pawar is intimidated by the BJP. How?
I am not saying Ajit Pawar and 9 members joined BJP-led government.
He was himself in touch with the Bharatiya Janata Party. He was himself with the Bharatiya Janata Party.
No, we'd like to know, sir, is Mr. Sharad Pawar? Sir, I think the question is, Satya ji, Sharad Pawar ji aa rahe kya Bangalore? Sharad Pawar ji Bangalore aa rahe kya?
9 member.
No, Sharad Pawar ji Bangalore aa rahe kya?
What a joke on the nation.
No, is Sharad Pawar coming to Bangalore?
On this decision of
Mr. Satya Prakash Mishra, one last question to you. 1 minute, I have to go to the ADMK, sir.
Why Mr. Narendra Modi?
So you're not answering my question. Is Sharad Pawar coming to Bangalore?
That is, he is so afraid of opposition unity.
Sir, you have to take my question. Is Mr. Sharad Pawar coming to Bangalore?
People by the force of ED, CBI and IT.
Sir,
that is the situation of the nation.
Sir, please, I request you to cut back on your rhetoric. Cut back on your rhetoric, sir. Cut back on your rhetoric, sir. Cut back on your rhetoric.
Intolerable.
Cut back on your rhetoric, sir.
Really intolerable to democracy.
Yeah, it is intolerable, sir. Rhetoric is intolerable. Sir, rhetoric is intolerable.
We are holding the democratic.
Sir, can you tell me, Sharad Pawar going to Bangalore?
We will really re-establish the core principles of democracy.
Okay, I'm going to end him anyway. I'm going to Kawai Satya now. Kawai Satya. I'm going to Kawai Satya, sir. I think you're pretending to hear. You're pretending not to hear me. You're pretending not to hear me. I'm going across to Kawai. No, it's okay. You don't want to answer whether Sharad Pawar is not coming. It's fine. It's your choice. Kawai, are you attending the NDA meeting? Kawai.
Sharad Pawar is coming to that meeting.
Which party is that?
Sharad Pawar.
Which party is he representing?
Everybody has expressed.
No. Which party is he representing? Which party Sharad Pawar representing?
NCP. Why you are
which
so much
NCP?
worried?
Which NCP, sir?
Pawar represents the people.
2/3 of the party is with Ajit Pawar. Which party is Sharad Pawar representing?
Honorable Sharad Pawar represents the people of nation and people of
got it, sir. Thank you. Got it. I got your answer. I'm going to Kawai. Thank you very much. All the best for your meeting. Kawai.
Yeah, good evening. I want to take this opportunity to showcase the viewers how magnanimous Republic is. BJP-headed alliance, National Democratic Alliance. What is the opposition called? Can you tell me?
Anti-Modi front.
So it is not UP.
You are so much worried now.
It is not UP.
Anti-Modi front.
Even if given the benefit, it is United Progressive Alliance.
No, that media is
it is not
like that.
done and dusted. It is United Democratic Alliance, not democratic. It's United Dynasty Alliance. It is democratic alliance versus dynasty alliance. That's why all Parivarwad parties are desperate to save their skin and family, what the crores of money they have looted. So there is no common minimum program or agenda. It is fizzing out day by day, and there are many bench sitters now. Cat on the wall is more obvious on many parties. Their stance in the last 2 weeks, they have become cat on the walls. So it is evident that there is no common minimum program, there is no unity. Yours is the only channel which is repeatedly saying it is UPA, United Progressive Alliance, where there is no unity.
I didn't say UPA.
It is not a progressive alliance, it is a dynasty alliance. So let the viewers understand, it's UDA going forward, United Democratic Alliance. Now coming to your question, yes, our leader has got the invite and he is likely to attend the event.
Okay, very interesting. AIDMK invited, TDP is claiming it's not invited. I'm very surprised that the TDP is not invited. By the way, just very interesting, Shravan. Okay, let me go across to...
Niranjan, we have not yet received any invitation as of now.
That's official, no invite yet.
That's okay. I'm saying this officially. We have not yet received any invitation as of now.
Okay.
And as far as we joining any alliance, there is still some more time and we will take a call very soon.
Because Mr. Naidu told Shravan on the Republic Summit, he said he
see, in the Republic Summit, I was there sitting beside our leader, Shri Chandrababu Naidu. He only endorsed a few decisions that are being taken by Modi ji.
Is YSRCP the problem? Patabi ji, let's come to the brass tacks. Is YSRCP and the coziness of the BJP to the YSRCP the problem? Be honest, it's okay. It's okay.
No. See, who will align with the most corrupt chief minister in the entire country? BJP, which had all along is trying to take a strong stand against corruption, will they align with the most corrupt CM in the country? Amit Shah ji himself had said in Vizag recently that Jagan Reddy's government is the most corrupt.
But he's meeting everyone.
Jagan Reddy is the most corrupt.
But they're meeting everyone.
We are not at all, worried about any kind of a tie-up with the YCP and the BJP.
Okay.
See, what our leader Shri Chandrababu Naidu told in that summit is, we will always support decisions which are in the interest of the nation. And Modi ji, whenever he worked for the interest of the nation, we have welcomed him, we will support him. And in the future also, see, just because you don't like a person, you can't, become an enemy to him. So we are not fighting against Modi ji at a personal level. Previously also we have differed with him on issues related to the state. We do not have any kind of personal enmity with Narendra Modi ji or Amit Shah ji. We only fight on issues. Telugu Desam Party only fights on issues. And now in Andhra Pradesh also they are trying to set their house right. Recently they have appointed a new president, Madam Purandareswari ji. They have replaced their current president. They said they are going to, make few more changes. And Purandareswari ji also in her latest press meet had said that as far as Andhra is concerned, she will fight with the central government. She will convince Modi ji and she'll get funds for Polavaram. And also, as far as Vizag steel plant is concerned, Purandareswari ji had been a former member of parliament from Vizag. She also said that she will put pressure on Modi ji and she'll ensure that Vizag steel plant is also safe. So let us wait for some more time.
Okay, I'm taking the question to the Congress.
Those kind of decisions come forward.
Can I take my question to the Congress spokesperson now? Okay, Lokesh Jindal, you've been listening to everyone. Where does this leave you and your party? I mean, are you leading the alliance? How many seats will you fight in? Aam Aadmi Party is not coming, they're upset with you. Nitish Kumar is extremely jittery, and we've discussed that in great detail in this debate as well. So where does that leave the Congress party? Are you confident that this front will come through?
So is the Trinamool Congress.
Trinamool Congress.
Hi, Niranjan.
So is the Trinamool Congress.
Niranjan, first of all, we need to understand this very clearly, that a united opposition is not a possibility, it's an eventuality. The idea of India that the present government is trying to promote, it might have an audience in certain sections of India's population. But if you consider India at large, that idea of India is not in consensus to the idea of India that every Indian finds himself associated to. So in the present times, when we talk about the grassroots level, an ordinary citizen, he doesn't have employment, there is price rise. We see that they go to their respective representatives, an MLA from any political party. The MLA finds himself incapable of resolving the issue. There is frustration, maladministration, lack of governance, and that is causing further erosion from this government's ability to carry this country forward.
When you mean disconnect, do you mean the
elections.
comment made by the Congress party which said that Prime Minister went there because of Rafales yesterday? He was the guest of honor. He was given the highest French honor, right? And when your supreme leader says that because of Rafales he got a ticket to Bastille Day, are you talking about that disconnect about how you feel, that is the Congress party, versus how the country feels? Are you talking about that disconnect?
See, Niranjan, there are two extremes that we see in today's politics. One is data. One is simply some form of exaggeration that India is becoming a superpower. It's buying high-tech gadgets, high-tech arms and ammunition.
Are you saying Indian UPI going to France is a small thing?
Everything.
Are you saying Indian UPI going to France, the second country, are you saying that's a small thing or it's a non-thing? It doesn't matter.
But Niranjan, French citizens, they do not vote for the country. It is the Indians who vote.
So what are you even talking about?
No, let me
What are you talking about?
If at all,
other countries are adopting Indian technology and you're saying others. What are you saying?
If the Prime Minister thinks ignoring the population
Okay, I'll give Kawai the last word. Okay, Kawai, I'll give Kawai the last word.
I want to ask my friend from Congress.
Please ask him.
You want to find the idea of India from the minds of Indians. Are you really searching for the idea of India from Indians, or are you so much happy that the idea of India comes out from UK Parliament and elsewhere from the Western world?
European Parliament.
Your leader is so happy about the idea of India coming out from the other Westerners.
European Parliament, talking about Manipur. European Parliament talking about Manipur is his highlight of the day.
Diversity.
And your leader is so happy about it.
India is in pluralism, tolerance, multiculturalism. The idea of India is
foreign intervention. You forgot to mention foreign intervention. Put that also in foreign intervention.
No.
Foreign intervention. Put that also in the idea of India. Foreign intervention.
No, that is.
You're not gloating over foreign intervention today. Shawan, last word. Shawan. Yeah, I think Tuin wants to come in, but Shawan, take it away from here.
Well, in fact, Tuin, very sorry, we're just running out of time, or else we would have perhaps come to you also on this. But there are questions for the AIADMK. Perhaps they also need to worry, because the concern there is that the Bharatiya Janata Party essentially wants to see themselves as the principal opposition party in Tamil Nadu. I don't see where exactly does the AIADMK really stand. But thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us on the weekend debate. All eyes would be on that opposition meeting that's going to take place, Niranjan, in Bengaluru. Remains to be seen whether at all the Aam Aadmi Party will be placated. And as far as the NDA meeting is concerned, it also remains to be seen whether at all parties like the TDP is going to be now part of it, or it's going to be the YSRCP. So it's going to give us a clear picture of what 2024 elections looks like.
Pack full of surprises, Shawan. Thank you for joining us on the weekend debate.
The Amity BBA has been ranked India's #1 BBA in the Times of India B-School 2022 rankings. To apply, visit amity.edu.
Talking about Chandrayaan-3, and if you look at both the mission Chandrayaan-2 and Chandrayaan-3, what is it that we have done differently this time?
There were many changes in the hardware to accomplish that. One of them is that we were landing with a single engine last time. Now we are going to land with 2 engines this time. Second is we are having more fuel on board to handle dispersions of wider extent. Then we looked at how sensors can mislead you. There are certain sensors to measure position, height, speed, relative to the moon, etc. And we try to put additional instruments to handle failures of multiple sensors.
That's away from launch. Mark and counting.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Liftoff normal.
Here we have a majestic liftoff of LTM-3 M4 rocket carrying India's prestigious Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft.
Talking about Chandrayaan-3, and if you look at both the mission Chandrayaan-2 and Chandrayaan-3, what is it that we have done differently this time?
There were many changes in the hardware to accomplish that. One of them is that we were landing with a single engine last time. Now we are going to land with 2 engines this time. Second is we are having more fuel on board to handle dispersions of wider extent. Then we looked at how sensors can mislead you. There are certain sensors to measure position, height, speed, relative to the moon, etc. And we try to put additional instruments to handle failures of multiple sensors.
That's away from launch. Mark and counting.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Liftoff normal.
Here we have a majestic liftoff of LTM-3 M4 rocket carrying India's prestigious Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi received a ceremonial welcome as he arrived at Qasr Al Watan in Abu Dhabi. Prime Minister Modi was welcomed by UAE President. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held talks with UAE President to further deepen the multifaceted bilateral ties.
That's away from launch. Mark and counting.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Liftoff normal.
Here we have a majestic liftoff of LTM-3 M4 rocket carrying India's prestigious Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft.
Talking about Chandrayaan-3, and if you look at both the mission Chandrayaan-2 and Chandrayaan-3, what is it that we have done differently this time?
There were many changes in the hardware to accomplish that. One of them is that we were landing with a single engine last time. Now we are going to land with 2 engines this time. Second is we are having more fuel on board to handle dispersions of wider extent. Then we looked at how sensors can mislead you. There are certain sensors to measure position, height, speed, relative to the moon, etc. And we try to put additional instruments to handle failures of multiple sensors.
That's away from launch.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
Maharashtra's newly inducted Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar, who joined hands with the Shiv Sena BJP-led Maharashtra government last week, has got the finance and planning portfolios after days of negotiations between NCP, BJP and the Shiv Sena. Ajit Pawar, Devendra Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde even head to Delhi for final negotiations over the portfolio allocation and end the deadlock between the allies.
Talking about Chandrayaan-3, and if you look at both the mission Chandrayaan-2 and Chandrayaan-3, what is it that we have done differently this time?
There were many changes in the hardware to accomplish that. One of them is that we were landing with a single engine last time. Now we are going to land with 2 engines this time. Second is we are having more fuel on board to handle dispersions of wider extent. Then we looked at how sensors can mislead you. There are certain sensors to measure position, height, speed, relative to the moon, etc. And we try to put additional instruments to handle failures of multiple sensors.
0.
Liftoff normal.
Here we have a majestic liftoff of LM-3 M4 rocket carrying India's prestigious Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft.
Talking about Chandrayaan-3, and if you look at both the mission Chandrayaan-2 and Chandrayaan-3, what is it that we have done differently this time?
There were many changes in the hardware to accomplish that. One of them is that we were landing with a single engine last time. Now we are going to land with 2 engines this time. Second is we are having more fuel on board to handle dispersions of wider extent. Then we looked at how sensors can mislead you. There are certain sensors to measure position, height, speed, relative to the moon, etc. And we try to put additional instruments to handle failures of multiple sensors.
That's away from 1. Mark and counting.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Liftoff normal.
Here we have a majestic liftoff of LM-3 M4 rocket carrying India's prestigious Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft.
Talking about Chandrayaan-3, and if you look at both the mission Chandrayaan-2 and Chandrayaan-3, what is it that we have done differently this time?
There were many changes in the hardware to accomplish that. One of them is that we were landing with a single engine last time. Now we are going to land with 2 engines this time. Second is we are having more fuel on board to handle dispersions of wider extent. Then we looked at how sensors can mislead you. There are certain sensors to measure position, height, speed, relative to the moon, etc. And we try to put additional instruments to handle failures of multiple sensors.
That's away from 1. Mark and counting.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Liftoff normal.
Here we have a majestic liftoff of LM-3 M4 rocket carrying India's prestigious Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft.